All right. Hello. We're here. What's up? Hello, hello, hello. I'm just gonna wait until everybody gets in here right quick. What's You are first. That is definitely true. You're the first one. You're first. You win. I don't know what to say about that. I'm kind of lazy too. You know how? Wait a minute. You know how? Y'all want to know how? I'm kind of lazy. What's up, Nathan Gaming? How you doing? Kind of lazy because I didn't even pick up the pieces until right now. I didn't even pick up the pieces from yesterday. Oh my gosh. And here we go. Oh my goodness gracious. We're here though. We're here now. How come I'm the only one that can see Nathan though? All right, is everybody else here? All right, everything is set up. Yo, Humney, how you doing? How's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. We got a lesson plan for today. I just got to get TikTok up and then we can start the lesson. But we will be going over, let me just make sure I didn't get any emails, right? I don't know why I haven't got any emails, but it's fine. We can just keep on doing lessons like we did yesterday. We could do 2 games. Is that okay with everybody? We could do like 2 games. I mean, it kind of better be okay. You really don't got a choice. But, oh my goodness. What's up, Crash W. Rich? How you doing, man? We just teaching. I wish I had another monitor because teaching yesterday was like a little bit crazy. But we're here now. Oh, and I don't got to worry about my phone dying because the phone is on. The phone is on 100%. I made sure that the phone was 100% charged. Yeah, everybody knows who's been in my stream a lot that it's a dictatorship over here. But it's fine. It's cool. It's cool. When I'm streaming, it's a dictatorship. But it's fun. It's cool. I'm a nice guy. I promise that, I will wield my powers wisely. I'm excellent now. Been wanted to lock in my homie, P Mo. Who's P Mo? Is that some slang that I don't know? Oh my goodness. Let me see. I almost got TikTok ready, so just give me a sec. TikTok, if you don't calm yourself down. Any questions so far? Like any chess questions that y'all want me to answer? Like what's been going on? Is anybody from the Supernationals event here? Because we're gonna do like a short little chess lesson. Okay. I can't concentrate unless you have the plunger pointer. Nah, you should be able to concentrate. Come on now. You should be able to concentrate. I don't need the plunger out for you to concentrate. Let's stop playing. Let's stop tripping. Let's find a game though. Let's find a game that I already know. That seems like the best idea. find a couple games so that I know exactly what is going to be played next. Did he? Dang, Tall was that guy. Ooh. All right. So we got another Bobby Fischer game. Got another Bobby game, and then we have. Not now. Think like a grandmaster. Oh crap! That's way too many moves. It was way too many moves the first time that I seen that. All right. I guess that's the black pieces, but it's fine. We could do the black pieces today. Okay. Okay, we're here now. I was playing some Bullet right before I started streaming. I was playing some Bullet. Bullet was fun. I can say that. The Bullet was fun. Okay, switch that mirror. All right, add this game in the study. Okay, let's get started. I'm gonna turn the live on. What's up? What's up, Swagger? How you doing? Hi. Do you know what? No, I don't know what is that? Oh my! You tried it. You tried it, Swagger. You tried it. You're not gonna catch me. You're not gonna catch me like that, though. This is actually, you should get banned for that, but I'm gonna give you another chance. You tried it though. you did. I support it. No, I don't support it. Wait, what am I saying? Support people like you. All right. Here we go. I think we're live everywhere though. I think we got it cracking. Okay. Let's do this lesson. Anyway, hello. How is all of you doing today? This is H1 Stream. Yeah, we're going to do a chess lesson, one of Bobby Fischer's most memorable games in the 1950s. And yeah, let's just get started. Hopefully, y'all can see the board. What? We got a Crash Dummy Rich subscription. He's gifted subscriptions. All right. I see you. Okay. So let's get started, though. Let me see. Thank you for following. And thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. All right, so let's get started. Before we get started, where's my stick at? I got the stick. We're about to start. You know what I mean? We have to start pointing at things. What is the first move that you think Bobby Fischer made here with the white pieces? What do you think here? And plus, if you give your comment, you will get a shout out by me. If you like the stream, you'll get a shout out by me. I can't see the likes on YouTube, but I feel you. I'm connected to you already. I got you. So just like the stream, follow. If you don't know me, this is a good introduction. Maybe the best one that I ever had. The best I ever had. Let's start this lesson. Where are the white pieces? What do you think Bobby Fischer played first? What do you think? What's up, Stay Peachy? How you doing? What do you think Bobby Fischer played first in this position? Joey, thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate it. Kay, thank you for liking the stream. Who else? Thomas just joined, but thank you. I appreciate it. No G4. We are not playing G4. What did we just say yesterday? Stay Peachy, you are correct. So the first move that was played was E4 by Bobby Fischer, who was the white pieces, and he's going against, why is it always flipped? And he's going against Bent Larson, which is another grandmaster that is famously known of winning games. Now, after this move, E4, C5, what do we got next here in this position? What do we got next? E4, C5, what else? I'm looking. What do you think variation? What do you think the variation that Bobby Fischer played here in this position? Please, I love the podcast and need more. I know, Joey, I'm so sorry. This is not the podcast, though. This is my other content. I know I need to do the podcast again. There's a lot of things that I need to do again. And I know y'all been asking for it. I need to do longer form content on YouTube, the podcast, but I just been doing shorts recently. Patrick Gamer, you are correct. Crash Dummy Rich, you are correct. Who else? Petros, you are correct. I see you. Knight to f3 in this position was the next move that Bobby Fischer made. And so after knight to f3, d6, and then what? What variation do you think he went into? There's a lot of variations that we could do. We could do like the Resignation with the bishop to b5. We could do d4, c4. Actually, c4 we could go to like a Maroczy bind type of structure. But what do you think Bobby Fischer did here in this position? Larry, thank you for sharing the live. Let me think. Thank you for following. I appreciate it. Knight to c3. We could do knight to c3, but that's not what Bobby Fischer did. That's not what Bobby Fischer did. You also need to do a 2K squat. We're not going to talk about the workout that I need to do. But the move that he played was d4. And after d4, look what we got here. We got d4, c takes on d4, and then what? Actually, I'm not even going to let y'all guess this. This knight takes, it's always knight takes on d4. Only crazy people do queen takes on d4. Why do players play queen takes on d4? It's just not appropriate. It makes the queen vulnerable. It's playable, but still, like, why would you even do that? So after knight takes on d4, knight to f6, attacking this pawn on e4, what else? What else do we got here? What else should we play? Because now our opponent is attacking this e4 pawn. What's his name again? Edward is feeling uncomfortable at the present moment. Queen takes on d4, best. Heck no, M. Who do you think you are? No queen takes on d4. And Z's, you are correct. So we got this next move here. Knight to c3, defending the pawn on e4. And now black has to think about another plan. The other plan is g6. And now they're going into like a dragon variation type of structure. What do we play against the dragon variation? And that's the opening name of the openings are just initial moves of a game. Just to let y'all know, in every single game, there's an opening, there's a middle game, and there's an end game. And this is still the opening phase of the game. The middle game starts when all of our pieces is developed and castled. It can start earlier, but chess gets a little bit complicated. Anyway, after knight to f6, knight to c3, g6, what does white play next? What do y'all think? Bishop e3. Z's, you are correct again. Not bishop d3, Michaelis. Not bishop d3. f4. F4 back in the game is saying a knight to c3. We already did knight to c3. Bishop to e3. Maybe they might be a little bit behind, so sorry, YouTube. Anyway, after bishop to e3, bishop to g7, they're trying to develop pieces as quickly as possible. And then what does Bobby Fischer play next? What do you think? And if you comment, if you deliberate on the best move, this is what's going to get you to become a better chess player. All right? Bishop e2 next. Okay, that's a good idea. That seems like something that should be played here. f4 is next. Seems like another thing that should be played here. Patrick Gamer is right. So, f3 was played. f3, solidifying the e4 pawn, making sure the knight doesn't go to g4 to attack our bishop on e3. Seems pretty good. It seems like a pretty good move. And plus, we might even castle queenside. And if the opponent castles kingside, we castle queenside. We're going to eventually do g4, h4, h5, and attack their king. Because, that's the point of chess, is checkmate. Anyway, after this move, f3, in this position, we have castle kingside. And then what else? What else should we do? Because we're trying to win in chess. And to win in chess, we have to be the most aggressive. This is a line not required. This is a line out of many lines. Nick, thank you for the follow. Dang, did I miss a lot of follows? If you're following, thank you. I appreciate it. Antos, thank you for the follow. All right, cool. White bishop on e2. Not bishop e2. All you people who's trying to castle kingside do not know the spirit of the Sicilian defense. When somebody plays a Sicilian, they're trying to whoop our tail. And we don't want them to do that. We want to be the one whooping the tail. So, bishop e2, castling kingside, no go. Knight to e6, George, h4, not yet. Not h4 yet, but I love the spirit. Keenan, you are correct. So, we got this next move here. And Amen, Hakeem, you're correct too. Queen to d2. Queen to d2, preparing for queenside castle. In plus, brother, bishop to h6 is one of the moves that could be happening next. And so after queen to d2, we have knight to c6. And then what? And Bobby Fischer loved this bishop move. He loved doing this bishop development against the Sicilian defense. What could this be? d3. This was a beautiful game. Yeah, it's a beautiful game. He already know the Z. You already know it. Man, you gotta have to calm down and let everybody else get it then. Nish, thank you for the follow. Jackson, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you, buddy. What's your ELO FIDE? I don't have a FIDE rating, but you can look at my games on chess.com. I'm around like 2,300 on all time controls. Back up the bishop. Oh, am I in the way? Y'all need to figure out the best moves. I'm not seeing a lot of moves. I'm not seeing a lot of likes either. So on TikTok, don't stop liking the screen. There's all you people who be liking, you know what to do on TikTok. YouTube, make sure that you like the video so that we can get some more engagement going in this lesson. Lone castles makes sense. It makes sense. So after... No, we're not lone castling. Okay, you almost maybe forgot the next move. Bishop h6, not bishop h6. What is the name of this game? This is Bobby Fischer against Bent Larson. And so after this move, castle kingside, what does white play next? We're not lone castling, not exactly yet. Sweet Lou, you are correct. We're trying to figure out the best moves for the white pieces if you're just now joining the stream right now. So we have a bishop to c4 in this position, putting the bishop along this diagonal, kind of x-raying the king on the g8 square, and targeting this f7 pawn for tactics. And we know we've seen a tactic by Bobby Fischer with doing bishop takes on f7 yesterday. And so after bishop c4, we have this move, knight takes on d4. And we got two ways we can capture the knight back with. We got two ways. Which one is better? Which one do you think Bobby Fischer played here? T. Durante, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. I need to see some more comments. H4, bishop c4, who's that? Simpri Porcio, thank you. Thank you for the follow. Knight to b5. They just took a homie. They just took one of our homies. That's one of our friends that they just took. We got to get revenge, and so we need to take them back. But there's two ways to take back the pony, all right? It's with the queen or the bishop on e3. What way are we picking? D4 bishop, e takes on d4. What? E takes on d4. How is that possible? Take with the bishop. So I need to, okay. I'm going to make this very simple for everybody that's in the chat right now. I'm going to make this very simple, all right? Both of you. TikTok, YouTube, Twitch. 1 in the chat if you want bishop takes on d4. 2 in the chat if you want queen takes on d4. You too. So I want to see everybody's gauge everybody's chess skills right now. Like, which way are you taking this knight on d4? Which way? All right. I'm seeing a lot of 1s. Okay. I see a couple 2s. I'm seeing a couple 2s. I'm going to explain this right quick. Queen, because you can come back with the battery on h6. Oh, okay, so we are definitely taking back with the bishop on d4 because taking back with the queen leaves us vulnerable to attacks on our queen here because the bishop is along this diagonal. So Bobby Fischer took back with the bishop. And so after bishop takes on d4, thank you for participating, guys. I appreciate it. And just because you're wrong does not mean for you to stop playing chess. Everybody has to learn something. Even Bobby Fischer started out as a little tot that had to learn how to play chess. He didn't just become the best in the world. He became the best by training and losing repeatedly. So after bishop takes on d4, bishop to e6 was played, attacking our bishop on c4. And so we need to do something about this because we don't want to just lose pieces to our opponent. What do? Do we protect the bishop? Do we move the bishop? What's the plan here? Bishop d4. What do we do after bishop to e6? My wife's boyfriend loved this game. That is crazy. Let's stay focused. I should have read that before I said that. Anyway, what is the move that white played here in this position? We are the white pieces. We're trying to figure out the best moves for Bobby Fischer. Bishop, what is going on here? Why is the chat stopped? Okay. I don't know what's going on over there. Bishop takes on e6. Bishop take what's the move here? Knight d5, b2. What? Bishop takes bishop, g4, b3. What is going on? It's glitching. I don't know why it's glitching on TikTok. Anyway, b5, bishop takes on e6. Are we taking the bishop or are we doing something else here? Are we taking the bishop or doing something else? Are we back now? Dang, I don't think we're back. I think we're kind of coming back. Ugh. Okay. Anyway, let's just move on. Queenside castle. So not queenside castle, okay. Patrick Gamer, you're correct. So Bobby Fischer decided to do this move, bishop to b3 here. And after bishop to b3, we're finally back. Okay. After bishop to b3 here, Bobby Fischer actually played this move, not Bobby Fischer, but Larson played this move, queen to a5. Now, what's the idea? Since the queen is over here, do we still castle queenside or do we castle kingside? Or do we do some other move? What's the idea here in this position? What do you think? b3, bishop b3, knight d5. I remembered you just from the chessboard and these pieces. Let's go. Hey, hey, I'm glad you remember me from that. If you are having trouble with whatever platform that you are watching this on, I just want to let you know I am streaming on YouTube. My YouTube account is Chess Knowledge with H1, and I'm streaming on Twitch. My Twitch account is H1 Chess. So if you want a horizontal view, go to Twitch. If you still want the vertical view, go to YouTube. B3. Hello, it's SB. How you doing? Castle kingside. So y'all want to castle kingside? Just because the queen is on a5 does not mean for us to deter our whole train of thought, what we've been saying. We want to castle queenside. And so guess what Bobby Fischer did? He was fearless, he did not care, and that's why he castled queenside with the king and rook to d1. And so after castle queenside, we have this move b5. Very scary. To the average player, it's like, oh crap. Oh snap. Black is deciding to attack us on the queen side. What do we do now in this position? What's a crucial move to do as you castle queen side? What do? There's a lot of things we can do, but this next move is actually pretty solid. What do we do here in this position? What do we do here in this position? My name is Itzbyville. Okay. Yeah, there we go. We do this very solid move, king to b1. I'm just going to refresh the stream on TikTok right quick. Hold on, give me 1 second, guys. I don't know exactly what's going on. Give me a tad second. I was thinking about going to Supernationals. You was thinking about it and didn't go? What is wrong with you? You're really strong. And plus, you could have beat me in real time. All right. Okay, let's get back. Let's get TikTok back right quick. Yep. All right. Okay, we're back. All right. Anyway, what's that? Could have met H1. Yeah, bro, you could have met me. I already met Hyper. K to B2. Just make sure all the streams are going great right now. Okay. Okay, the streams are going good right now. Kind of good. Anyway, let's get back to this lesson. Let's get back to here. What's that? So, in this position, we did the move king to B1. They do B5. What happens here next after king B1? Actually, no, we do king B1. It's black's move again. They do B4, attacking our knight. And what happens next? We're the white pieces. We're Bobby Fischer. Are we scared of this move? What else should we be doing here in this position? What do y'all think? We are the white pieces. We're Bobby Fischer. We're trying to figure out what to do next here in this position. What's the goal? Knight A4. Knight A4, queen D3. Queen D3, knight A4. Not queen D3 because the pawn on B4 is attacking the knight on C3. So what exactly happens next here? What should white be doing here in this position? What do you think? We're the white pieces, we're Bobby Fischer, and we need to figure out exactly what to do. The pawn is attacking our knight on the C3 square. So yes, of course, we have to move the knight somewhere. And y'all are already getting the right idea. So after B4, chess 86-19, you set this move, knight to D5, which that's exactly what white played. So after knight to D5, Larson was like, oh snap, he's going forward. I might be in trouble. So that knight is too powerful. We're gonna rip that knight off the board. The knight is captured, the knight is gone. We got two different options here. We could take with pawn or take with bishop. What's the idea of why we put the knight to D5? It's up for y'all to figure it out. I'm gonna give y'all tips on leading y'all into the Bobby Fischer game. So after bishop takes on D5, we're trying to figure out the best moves for Bobby. What is it? What do y'all think? We need to check between two moves. Pawn. So do we take with pawn or do we take with bishop? I think we need to do the exact same thing that we did again. Put a 1 in the chat if you think we take the bishop back with the pawn. Put a 2 in the chat if you think we do bishop takes on D5. Which one do you think Bobby Fischer did? Bishop takes on F6. Andreas is like, skip both options. Take the knight on F6. But then what happens after like bishop takes on B3? That would be a intermezzo. I tried so hard and I got so far. In the end, it doesn't even matter. Bro, what the crap is going on? Okay, anyway, let's get back to the lesson. If bishop takes on F6, bishop can take on B3, threatening. It's actually pretty hard. Usually I have like a wall behind me. But anyway, so after bishop takes on B3, threatening queen takes on A2, queen A1 checkmate. And so doing that move is maybe not the best. And so Bobby Fischer did bishop takes on D5. After bishop takes on D5, they was like, okay, well, I'm not going to take this bishop back. Not at all. I want to try to attack your king. And so that's why they did rook A to C8, attacking this pawn on C2, maybe threatening some tactics. What did Bobby Fischer do next? What do you think? We need to get H1 a better setup for these demos. Hey, I need a custom made like built-in wall. I need to bring a custom-made built-in wall. Bishop eats bishop. That is true. And if you're just now joining, you will get a shout out by me, truly H1, if you figure out the best move. Just to let all of you know, and I'm looking at the camera over here too because I'm streaming on 2 different platforms, on YouTube and Twitch, just to let y'all know. Anyway, what does White play next here in this position? This is Bobby Fischer versus Bit Larson. And it seems like Bobby Fischer is being attacked very viciously. All right, so what happens? What happens next? My elo is only 160, but I beat a 1000 elo bot named Maria. Yeah, because bots are bots and, you know, people are people. Oh, snap, we got another subscription by Tyler 20. Thank you, I appreciate it. So, a B3, lock the pawn up. Oh, and we got the Tekken sound again. C3, B7, bishop F7. So it's not any of those moves. It's not bishop to F7. We're not sacrificing our pieces without a clear plan. Rolly, thank you for the follow though. I do appreciate it. Not H4 yet. Oh, you got it. Reb fan, you got it. So, Cringe Bailey. Cringe Bailey. I don't know how to say your name. I'm calling you Bailey. Bailey. Bishop to B3 is the next move. Bishop to B3. After bishop to B3, rook to C7. They want to double up. But now, after all the threats are cleared, we need to start going on with our ideas, with our threats, because they've been having all the fun. There's no more threats that is even considered to be threatening to us, and so now we need to figure out how we can gain control of the game again. Bishop to E3, bro, I was thinking that. So like G4, H4, maybe, but which one? We gotta be confident of which pawn we need to move first. And Max, you're correct. E5, so you do got 2 options. You can blow up the center and then just overpower your opponent like that with a move like E5. Well, not exactly now, because after E5 they could just take back and the queen would be defending the pawn right there. But that's why Bobby Fischer was like, okay, I want to deliver checkmate, because the point of chess is to checkmate your king. It's a lot of steps to do that, but I want to checkmate your king. So we're moving Hector to H4. After H4, the opponent decided to do Queen to B5. Queen to B5. And now you kind of see their idea. They removed their queen from the A5 square to B5 to push up A5, A4, get this bishop out of here, and then checkmate our king. What do we do now? How do we defend this? Nah, he's Hector on this channel. He's Hector, all right? He's not Harry. So Harry's already taken. Then bishop to queen, G4. G4 is interesting. Queen trade. Oh, y'all that scared? Wait a minute. I thought I was trying to teach y'all how to be strong and passionate about the game of chess. Just because you know our opponent's plan of doing A5, A4 does not mean that like we should halt our plan. We need to figure out we need to figure out is how fast our opponent's attack from our attack. Just to give y'all a tip, the best defense is usually a good offense. The best defense is usually a good offense. RKDK, you are correct. Who else is correct? What's your name? KRAK? And then repeat it? Yeah, you're correct too. We're going to keep on pressing forward with H5, moving Hector to the most aggressive spot in the game. So now we did this move H5. We're Bobby Fischer. It seems like we're just throwing away a pawn, because this square is being attacked. Let me get my stick back. This square is being attacked by the pawn on G6, the knight on F6, and the queen on B5, attacking this square on H5. They have 3 options to take the pawn. Is this a blunder? Let's figure it out. They decided not to take the pawn at all. Rook F to C8, because they're trying to attack us. We're trying to attack them. There is a war going on this chessboard. TOS, like, chill. Anyway, after Rook F to C8, what do we play next here in this position? Because they allowed Hector to survive. Sack the exchange. We're not doing any sacking yet. Let me get my stick. A C3, G4. Y'all want to do H6? No, we don't lock up the H file. We're never doing H6. No. We want our pieces to go forward into their position. So locking up the position with the move H6 is a no-go. And that's why, Brady, you're correct. Who else is correct? Who else is correct? H takes on G6 is the move. Opening up the H file. We got to open up something or we're just going to get hammered over the chessboard. And so after this, after H takes on G6, H takes on G6, what is played next? Because they still don't have any immediate threats. You do have to double check if you're playing a classical game. Like, okay, Rook takes on C2, never works here. Maybe they might do A5, A4, right? But we don't want to halt our plan just because our opponent is trying to attack us. We don't want to be scared. We want to charge through. Rook to C1, H7, we don't got an H pawn anymore, so I don't want to see any H pawn. I don't want to see any H pawns going on here. Checkmate, we want to get checkmate, but it's going to take a little bit of time. And the only way that we could do that, Alex Cruz, you are correct. We got this move G4. G4 here, trying to get rid of these pieces that is defending the king, threatening G5 and maybe getting these defenders out of the way so that we can eventually do queen to H2 and checkmate the king. That's our plan. So Black has their plan of doing maybe eventually in the future A5, A4, and attacking us with all their might. And then we got our plan of doing G5, maybe bishop takes on G7, queen H2, queen H7. And we got to battle. We got to fight. And we got to figure out what's going on here. So after G4, they did A5. Are we scared of A5? Did we do something? Did we do something about A5? A4 is going to be happening here. Bishop takes on F6. That's not the move that was played here. E5 is actually a mate. E5. Bro, leave the sounds alone unless it deals with the game. G4. We already did G4. Do the right notation. If you're going to put a move in the chat, it better not be with a question mark. All right, that tells me that your move is uncertain. And when you're playing chess, you got to be certain and confident about the moves that you play. So, A4. Laura, you're correct. Tom, you're correct. Who else is correct? Rudier, you're correct. G5. Who cares about A4? We're going to try to attack their king no matter what. And we're going to see who attacks who first. And so after G5, knight to H5 in this position. And then what else happens next? Because now the game is going to get a little bit crazy. They did knight to H5. They're blocking our rook on the H file. And their next plan is to do A4, trap our bishop, or we're going to have to move the bishop somewhere. Maybe B3, rook takes on C2. It's all just going to be over if we don't speed up the process. Eli, Sweet Lou. Who else? Finit. Eli, again. Isby. Yeah, everybody's correct. Stat, what's up? How you doing? We don't care about this exchange. We're trying to get checkmate, so rook takes on G5 was the move here. And it actually doesn't hit anything. I like this room a lot. Like, when I throw pieces now, I know exactly where it goes. Like, the struggle is real when I'm at home. Anyway, rook takes on H5 was the move that was played here by Bobby Fischer. We're trying to attack their king, like I said. And that knight was in the way. G takes on H5. What else is played here after G takes on H5? What was the plan? Because we need a plan if we're going to start sacrificing pieces. We need to make sure that they don't get this move A5 in without any consequences. So what's the move that we're trying to play? Ego, you're correct. V3, you're correct. Lemon King, you're correct. Who else? Change Anigans, you're correct. G6. We did rook takes on H5. to do G6. And now, if you want to do A4, you're going to have to consider, okay, what happens after G takes on F7? Because this bishop is eyeing this diagonal. And so, after G6, we have this next move, E5. They're trying to block the position. And they're trying to defend with their rook on C7. So things are just getting a little bit crazy. We need to reel it back in. We need to reel it back in. What happens next here? Do we care about E5? Do we do bishop to E3, bishop F2? Do we do bishop B6? I don't know. What is the move that happens here in this game after G6? What do you play? You're Bobby Fischer. How do we keep on moving forward? Fly, thank you for the follow. Joy, thank you for the follow. GLM, thank you for the follow. And just to let everybody know, I am at Orlando, Florida at Supernationals, and they did provide me with this whole setup here to do this live at the center. So shout out to US Chess for that. Supernationals, baby. G6, rook H5, rook G1, A4. What is the move here? What is the move? And some people got it right. Let me see. Tom, Rebecca. I'm just gonna call you Rebecca. Like the rest of your name, I don't understand. Anyway, so y'all probably already noticed. Okay, we could do bishop takes on F7. We could do G takes on F7. We can move the bishop. Well, Bobby Fischer decided to do G takes on F7, taking this pawn on F7, because why not? And the king moves to F8 because after rook takes on F7, bishop takes on F7, and that's just even worse. And both of those moves are checks. Checks are really important in the game of chess. If you don't know what your checks, if you don't know where your checks are, then that's going to be the check that will lose you the game. King F8, what happens next? What do we do? Now that we got that check out the way, what's the move that we do next? Queen G5, refresh the stream if it's acting up, or go to another platform because I am streaming on multiple. I'm streaming on YouTube, Twitch, etc. Gabriel, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. What happens next? Move bishop. Hey, B Queen, when did you join in here? Wait, you just sneaking in here like I wasn't gonna notice you? What's up? How you doing? Hey, hopefully your chess skills has been doing pretty well. And move bishop. I do want to say move bishop isn't an exact move, so we need it's correct though. We do need to move the bishop. Bishop to E5. Bishop takes on E5 is a little bit crazy, I will say. Queen G5, not Queen G5. I'm gonna give y'all about 15 more seconds. If nobody gets this move, it's fine. It's okay. I'm just saying y'all didn't figure out the Bobby Fischer move. I was wondering when you was going to call me out. I just now seen you. The white bishop is deadly for white and the dragon. Therefore, black must make sure to remove the bishop earlier in the Sicilian. Don't move, buy chess, and you win. Oh, what? All right. The time has passed. Nobody got it. Honestly, since nobody got it, y'all should just do like 10 push-ups. But anyway, B Queen, you got it right. Bishop to E3 was the move here. Bishop to E3. So after bishop to E3, they was like, okay, you're having all the fun right now. Let's try to shut down the bishop on B3. So they did this move D5. Ben Larson was like, hey, guy, just because we're over the chessboard doesn't mean that I'm supposed to respect you over the board, all right? I'm trying to win too. And so they did this move D5. What do we do next here after D5? What do we do next here? Because they're trying to block our light square bishop, which is a good strat. He takes on D5. RKDK, you are correct. Not bishop to H6. Owen, you said that? Well, shout out to Owen in the chat. Shout out to Owen. E5. So, very simple. We're going to do E takes on D5. E takes on D5. Very cool, right? Bobby Fischer was like, okay, I understand your idea. I respect it. Rook takes on F7. Good idea. Still completely losing for black right now, but cool. They got the pawn on F7. They achieved the little goal that they needed. And so after rook takes on F7, what do we do next here in this position? Because it's absolutely losing. It's absolutely losing. And it's up to y'all to figure this out. All right? V3, you're correct. A lot of people want to do bishop to h6. I get the point of bishop to h6. Bishop takes on h6, queen takes on h6. But we need to drag more pieces into the game. We need to make sure that we're completely demolishing our opponent. And so Colton, Q, who else? Pranay, B queen, yeah, d6. We got a pass pawn now that they just gave us. We got another one other than the f7 pawn. And our, where's my stick at? And y'all got me breaking stuff. And the bishop is attacking the rook on f7. Let me pick that up before I lose it. Dang, bro, what do y'all got me doing here? Anyway, after this move d6 in this position, we have rook to f6, attacking the pawn on d6, and then what else? What do we do next? And just to let everybody know, this game ends in the next 4 moves. This game ends in the next 4 moves. D7? Not quite yet. No D7. Not quite yet. I know that y'all want to promote to a queen very fast, but he didn't do that. RKDK already got it. I need somebody else though. We need somebody else. I already know he's a stronger player. Rebs, you are correct. Bishop h6. Not bishop h6. Very close though. No Noro. B queen. TD. Yeah, there we go. Bishop to g5. Attacking the rook on f6. And now that is indirectly trying to put pressure on this square on d8. And why is that important? Because we want to promote the pawn to the d8 square. That's like the big, that's the purpose of bishop to g5 and attacking the rook too. Might as well just make it a threat, right? And so after bishop to g5, Ben Larson was like, okay, I respect that threat. I don't want to lose. I'm gonna do queen b7. Everything is falling apart, but maybe, just maybe I can survive. So what do? This is a Mikhail Tal. We're not just gonna, leave pieces on the board, right? So that's the only tip that I'm gonna give y'all. We're not just gonna leave pieces on the board. D6, bishop g5. Okay, what is the next move here? And if you're new to here, we're trying to figure out the best moves for white in this position. This is Bobby Fischer versus Bent Larson. What? D8 touchdown? Sherlock, what's up? How you doing? This dude came out of nowhere too. D7, queen d5, bishop takes over. Okay, like I said before, we're not just gonna leave pieces on the board. If our opponent wants to give us pieces, and after this is gonna be 3 more moves, bishop takes on f6. We get the exchange. The exchange is cool. It's done. And so after bishop takes on f6, this dude, RK, we're going 1 move at a time, sir. Bishop takes on f6. Bishop takes on f6. We're trying to analyze the position. Actually, 2 more moves. My mistake. This game ends in 2 more moves. What do we play now? We got an exchange. We're doing good. And not only an exchange, but we have a pass pawn. That is true. So, do everybody want to push now? Oh, I see everybody want to do queen h6 too. He actually decided to not do queen h6 at this moment. Bubba, you're correct. A lot of people are correct. Bobby Fischer did not do queen to h6. Who just shared the live? Thank you for liking it. Why are we not at 10K likes on TikTok? Let's get to 10K likes. Come on, guys. There's 200 people, 300 people in here. Aiden, thank you for following. I appreciate it. H6. Yeah, so we got this move d7. Because why not do d7? Andoy, and this game is going to end in 1 more move. So after d7, rook to d8, stopping the pawn from being pushed. And then what is the last move here? Where are the white pieces? Where Bobby Fischer? What move does Bent Larson just resign at? What do you think? Do I need to sit down? Queen h6 now? Not queen h6. Not queen h6. I'm not even going to tell y'all. I'm not even going to tell y'all. We're very enthusiastic about queen h6 stuff. Oh, did somebody just get it? Kota? Dang, everybody's saying it now. Oh crap. Okay, it's a lot of people, all right? Yeah, y'all. Get y'all title if you figured out this next one. Queen D6, and after Queen D6, the opponent resigned, Bill Larson. He was like, too much. Get out of my face. I'm gone. Because after King to G7, I mean, dude, there's so many ways to win this. Definitely Rook G1 is the easiest way, just to snag the bishop out of there and then just be threatening checkmate. But after Queen D6, the opponent decided to resign, and Bobby Fischer was victorious, all right? He was victorious. He did his thing. He was riding the car the whole time. You know what I mean? He was riding that car. Anyway, thank you for being here. We are going to do another game. I am at Orlando, Florida at Supernationals, and they nicely invited your boy H1 to the facility, convention center, to do this live stream here for y'all, etc. And your boy's having a good time too. It's a lot of people here. It is 6,000 kids here. 20,000. I think it's like 20,000 people. That's what he said. It's a lot of people here. Dude, I got anxiety. It's too many. I'll be going in here, head down. But the people has been nice. The people have been nice. Anyway, we do have one more game that I wanted to go over. And I will stream. So today my stream is going to be 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern time. And then I will be streaming again 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. I ain't a kid, dude. Oh, no. All right. So let's set this board back up. We got one more lesson. We got one more hour. All right. So if you can spare one more hour, then good for you. Let's see what we can do. Got to tie my shoes too. What are we doing? I bet the spider isn't having a good time. Bro, we're not at my house. We're not talking about no spider. Stop breaking up the past. Kyle, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Yeah, there are so many people. Yeah, it's a lot. Stop bringing up the dang spider. We cool. I will continue dragging the spider. How do you even know when I'm live? Bro, spiders are evil. A little bit. There's probably somebody that loves spiders, but not me. All right, crap. I gotta find these pieces around. Like I said before, there's gonna be a time when I have to stop throwing pieces. I can't be like an old 65-year-old, like trying to throw pieces, because like I can't be bending that much. Justice for spiders. No justice. Quit. There's no justice for spiders. Anyway, we're back at the beginning. And I got this other interesting game that I wanted to go over here. It's not Bobby Fischer, but it is these two grandmasters. I don't know how to say either of their names, but I will try my best. We got Lev and we got Rashid. We got Lev as the white pieces and Rashid as the black pieces. Now, this lesson is going to be a tad bit different. What is your opinion about the dragon? Nowadays, the dragon just leads to draws if you learn all the theory. But it is an exciting variation that you could play, especially if you're under 1,500. Now, in this game, it's going to be a little bit different. We are the black pieces. We're not the white pieces. We're the black pieces. And we need to figure out the best move for black. I know the board doesn't flip just like a digital board. I get it. But we need to see from their perspective anyway. So after D4, what do you think black played first? Their first move. And this is just like a fun exercise. There's not a best move here. Let me play you request call. What? Dude, we are doing a lesson. What is your opinion on the Vienna Gambit? The Vienna Gambit is really good. I don't usually see it up there like people playing it in the blitz level above 2,000, but it's really good. Actually, you know what? I play the Sicilian, so never mind. There's probably some people that love playing the Vienna Gambit above 2,000. Do you have any tips for a 2,000 player? Openings, tactics, calculation, and most of the time, it depends on who you are, but if you're like around 2,000 or you're trying to get to 2,000, you really need to focus on strategic themes and end games. So that's mostly for everybody. Knight to f6. Yes! Somebody just said it. Blaze, you got it. V3, you got it. Knight to F6 is the move that was played here. After knight to F6, C4, and then we have this move D6, knight to C3. I'm just gonna help you out in the opening right quick, just a little bit. And then we have this move E5. After E5, E4, and what was played next? We're the black pieces. We're trying to figure out the best move. What are we doing here? Any advice for a 600? 600? You just need to learn something new every single day. Like, when I think about a 600, do you know about the windmill tactic? Do you know about like forks, checks, and skewers? You should know. I mean, forks, forks, pins, discovered attacks, and forks, pins, discovered attacks, and skewers. Yeah, you should know. D4. Well, remember, we are the black pieces here. And this is why I kind of don't like doing like games with the black pieces, but it is super important for y'all to know how to play both sides. So, after D4, what is black's best move here? A6, not A6, bishop G4. Yeah, bishop G4 does attack the queen, but then they're just going to run into F3. And white wants to do F3 anyway. So, not there. Sorry, E4. What? What are we doing? See, are you trying to say E takes on D4? What are y'all trying to say here? What's the moves? C4. Remember, we are the black side. We're trying to figure out the best move for black. G4. I'm going to have to repeat myself this whole time. Somebody just got it correctly, too. Abba, you are correct, man. So we got this next move here. E takes on D4. E takes on D4, and we're kind of going into like a Maroczy bond type of structure. But we are the black pieces, right? And so after queen takes on D4, and there's like different types of Maroczy bond type of structure, definitely different types of structures that you can use against a Maroczy bond. You can play like the hedgehog structure against it. But it's a little bit different here. Queen takes on D4. What are we playing next since the queen is on D4? We need to get that tempo move since they wanted to make their queen vulnerable. Kind of the topic of openings is time and being able to exercise your threats in the right manner. FaZe, you are correct. Abba, you're correct. Brady, you're correct. NY, hey, let's get the likes up. We're at 13K on TikTok. Let's get it up to 25K. We got 300 people up in here. Well, 230. G6, E takes on D4. We're on YouTube too. So YouTube, make sure that you like. I shouldn't have to remind you every single time, especially if you've been here more than 5 minutes, because this is vertical, and I know how hard it is to keep a vertical audience. Now, after queen D4, knight to C6, attacking the queen on D4. And now the queen has to do something. The queen has to move. And the queen moves to D2. After queen D2, what do we play next? How are we going to set up our pieces? Do we do like bishop E7, bishop D7, bishop G4? Like, how do you want to set up our pieces as the black pieces? Because it does seem like a passive structure, but if we set it up correctly, it doesn't have to be passive. G7 is not a move. B3, G7 is not a move. Please stop spamming too. And thank you for the donos. G7 is not a move. B queen, I mean, that was on the wrong move, but you are actually might be correct here. Bishop E6, queen D2, knight B4, not knight B4, not bishop G4. We do want to castle the king. Let me just give you that tip. We want to castle the king as fast as possible, and we need to figure out what we're doing with this bishop on F8. Let's say that. What are we doing? Bishop E7. So we're not doing bishop E7. G8, trust me, bro. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're doing this thing that is called a fianchetto, and we're pushing G6. Okay, and the reason why we're doing G6 instead of bishop to E7 is because the bishop is going to have a way much better time along the longest diagonal of the board than on bishop to E7. So that's why usually in these type of positions, we fianchetto instead of doing something passive like bishop to E7. Because if you do this, you're going to be cramped the whole position. After G6, they do B3 because they want to fianchetto their bishop too, as they know that you are going to do that. And then what do we do next? What's the next move? Queen e7, g6, Naz Roberts. Thank you for the follows. Rolly, Andre, Mario Walker, Dion. You said that. My bad if I missed you. Everybody's saying this next move. Okay, right. I'm just glad that everybody got the idea here. Bishop to g7. We're trying to figure out the best move for the black pieces. And these are two grandmasters going at it. So after bishop to g7, bishop to b2, and then what else happens? What else happens in this position? Bishop to b2, what do? We're still in the opening phase, which the opening phase is the initial moves of the game. And we need to figure out exactly how to develop our pieces. Castle, castle, castle. Everybody's saying short castle. Is that correct? He is not answering the questions because it's pre-recorded. Why do people think this is pre-recorded? Let me do a backflip right quick so that y'all know that this is not pre-recorded. Let me. What do y'all think this was, bro? I be doing push-ups, but I don't be doing backflips. Anyway, after castle kingside, white decided to to do bishop to d3 because they're trying to get their king castle too. Now, what do we do next here in this position? We need to figure that out. We need to figure out exactly what we do here next. So what is that? Oop, wait a minute. The board just like reset its whole self. Okay, cool. All right, then why don't you answer my? I don't know what question you're trying to make me answer. Can you play me live? Or this is a teaching session right now. Knight d4, knight b4, knight e5. We are the black pieces. We're trying to figure out the best moves for black. And so the move, y'all are very close. Y'all are very close. If black takes, you get pawn structure. What? What are you talking about? Bishop e6, rook e8. So not rook e8, not bishop e6. He actually plays something a little bit different. And y'all gonna be like, okay, this move is pretty weird, but black do have more development than white at the present moment. They haven't castled yet, and so black went ahead to take matters in his own hands by doing what? Abba, you're correct. So we got this move knight to g4 here. Knight to g4. I know, it's crazy, right? Because when you think about knight to g4, you think about, okay, can't you just like get it out the way with a move like h3, f3, etc. But if you do f3, you are going to have to watch out for a move like bishop to h6, which could be very interesting. And that's why white kind of got scared and did this move knight g to e2 instead. And after knight g to e2, what was the next move that was played here? What was the next move that you think was played here? What is a good chess book? Ooh, there's a lot of good chess books. I can't even say one. Knight d7. Any book talking about Bobby Fischer is pretty good. And the Art of Attack is pretty good too. I like the Tale of Chess, T-A-O of Chess. That's a pretty good book that has a whole bunch of chess principles. Don't listen to me, I'll blunder. You keep on blundering, keep on guessing moves, right? The C knight to E5 is strong. That is true too. You could put that a G knight to E5. A tempo, bishop H6. So he actually did something pretty extreme. And Lola Minto, congrats, you got her correct. And we're almost at 20K likes on TikTok, so let's get there. What's your rating? My rating is 2,300 on chess.com, all-time controls. Anyway, after queen to h4, that was the move that was played. So that now white cannot castle kingside, clearly. All right? If white castle kingside, then it's an automatic losing position because of queen takes on h2, which the knight is defending the queen on the h2 square. And so white was like, okay, I'm just going to do knight to g3. Knight to g3 was the move that was played here. And this game it's kind of going to get a little bit wild. It's kind of going to get a little bit wild. If you guess the best move here, then we can move on with the game. If you don't guess the best move, that's fine. If you guess the move of the game, then that's cool too. So let's get it started. What do you think was the move here in this position? Knight c to e5. Knight c to e5 is very interesting to move pieces forward, but he actually didn't do that. I said that first. If you said it first, give yourself a pat on the back, Loveless. Bro, Loveless. Dude, did you put that name, did you put your profile name as Loveless because of Happy Feet? If so, then, hey, that's cool. That's cool. Bishop h6. We are the black pieces. If you're just now joining, we're trying to figure out the best move for black. And it's already a little bit crazy since we did these moves knight to g4 and queen h4. The queen could be offsides here. This could be a little bit wrong. But it actually does work out in this exact position. And black didn't actually play the best move here. But, you know, I want to see if somebody else can figure it out. Bishop h6. So it's not bishop h6. I'm going to give y'all 15 more seconds to figure out the best move for black. Dude! Rebs, you figured it out. Okay. The best move is actually f5 in this position. f5 blows the whole game out of proportion into another universe, but that's not what this human played here, obviously. He played this move knight g to e5. Knight g to e5. Very simple, right? So after knight g to e5, white decided to castle kingside, and the game continued. Castle kingside, and then we have this move a little bit late, but we have this move f5 now. And then white defended this horribly with this move f3. Not the best. Not exactly the move that we should be doing here. Well, they should be doing here. We want to see them doing this move because we're the black pieces. Let me just keep that in mind. After f3, what do you think is the best move for black? And we need to think about forcing moves. Nice, I found it. How to play this thing. Play this thing? You gotta have to give me moves in the comments. You're gonna have to give me moves based off of algebraic notation. And for all the people that don't know what forcing moves are, let me write these down so that y'all can have a constant reminder. This is what chess is all about. Forcing moves. Very important concept. This is how you calculate. This is how you play good moves. This is how you don't lose. All right, I'm writing it down for y'all to always remember. Forcing moves will always be these three things. Checks. Oh, crap. Okay. Checks, captures, threats. And if you want to slide, like, I don't know, pawn breaks in there, you can slide pawn breaks in there too, because that kind of controls the game, very much so. But forcing moves will always be those three things in that order. Checks is really important because the opponent has to respond to a check. Anyway, can you please break down the Petrov? Bro, we are doing a whole nother lesson. F4. Are we doing F4? Interesting. I don't think anybody has figured out this next move here. Like the F3. Let me see. Nobody's figured out this next move here. Nobody's got it. Rebs, you are correct. G5, not G5. We're trying to figure out the best moves for black. Not G5, but this move, bishop to H6. Very sneaky move. The best move in the position, bishop to H6. You have to do this move to get an advantage because now this move is attacking the queen. Where's my stick at? So that y'all understand. I feel like y'all understand the diagonals just a little bit more with the stick. Bishop on H6 is attacking the queen on D2. They're gonna have to do something about this queen, which they put the queen to D1, and then what happens? What happens next here in this position? What do you think? Bro, just kidding. I know how to play chess. I'm just making sure. I literally said that. SVG, congrats if you said that, man. Like, my bad, bro. Like, bro, it's cool. It's cool, bro. Okay, let's go. What is the next move here? What are we doing? We're the black pieces. We're trying to get an advantage. We're trying to make threats. We're trying to move their pieces. We got the initiative. We need to keep it. How can we keep the initiative? You was just kidding? Shame on you. Shame on you for confusing me. I trusted you. Ban him in the chat. I'm just kidding. Bishop f4, knight b4, bishop e3. Bishop e3, knight takes on d3. None of those moves is the move that he made as the black pieces. Just to let y'all know, none of those moves. Pick out something else. Candidate moves. Petros, you are correct. So we got this going forward move, f4. f4. Because we want to attack on their king side. Since they deliberately castled on the king side, we might as well try to figure out some way on how to get our pieces and ripping the king side pawns away from the king on g1. And so after f4, knight g to e2, which is, I mean, you move the knight to a safe square. And then what's the idea of doing f4? The position in the center is locked up. And when we have a closed position in the center, this is when now we can start attacking on the flank. How do we do that? How do we do that? Bishop e3 is mad annoying. Why are you talking in Spanish? I can't understand that. Queen sack for no reason. Queen sack. Queen takes on h2. Perfect move. No, no. Do not just do random queen sacks. This is your lady. Your only lady on the board presently at the moment. Come on, bro. Chill. Undascore? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. A5, knight d5. What else are we doing here? What else are we doing here? This game is about to get a little bit frantic once you see this next move. Let's be more aggressive. We're trying to attack our opponent. Give somebody else a try, that one guy. Chess Rock, thank you for following. I appreciate it. Crash Dummy Rich, there we go. So usually, if the center is closed, we need to attack on the flank. And usually, attacking on the flank means like either a pawn storm or a piece attack. Since the center is closed, they don't have any pawn breaks. I mean, they have c5, but that doesn't work right now. Now we could do g5. Our plans are super simple. We want to do g5, g4, and make sure that these pawns are gone, because that's how we can attack a castled king. So after g5, they did knight to d5. Makes sense because they're trying to get some counterattack, and that's what good players do. They always find ways on how to make your life trouble, even if they're in a somewhat uncomfortable position. After knight to d5, what is played next here? Knight g4, g5. My guess is to get the light squared bishop in. Is your king side weak? Now, the king side is weak, but remember, the center is closed, so the opponent cannot attack us at the present moment. So the only reason why this works in this position is because the center is presently closed. This knight is blockading the e-pawn. If the center wasn't closed and it was open, then this move would be the worst move that you could ever possibly do. Rook f7. Rook f7, way too slow. Who said rook f7? Jason, you're correct. So we got this, and Blaze is correct. Oh, what is that? Aaron chess? You're correct. Okay, so we got everybody in here. G4. We did G5. What stopped us from doing G4? Are they attacking something? Who cares if they're attacking the pawn on C7? Who cares about that? And that's why we did this move G4. And after G4, G3, attacking the queen, attacking the pawn. Now it kind of seems a little bit weird. Like, it's the best move by them. This is still perfectly fine for a computer to do, but if you're looking at this at the board presently right now, you're not gonna say, oh, I'm doing just fine. You're gonna be freaking out. Oh snap, black is attacking me and I don't know what to do. What is the next best move after G3? What do we do? What is the next best move for black? Knight G4, C1. Okay. We are the black pieces. We're trying to figure out the best moves for black. Queen H3. So, somebody's names is just flags, so I literally can't say anything about that. Brady, you're correct. NYNKE, you're correct. F takes on G3. What's the move that was played? F takes on G3. I mean, he offered the pawn. You might as well just take it, right? Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Who was that? Arctic Blue Cheese, what's up? How you doing? The Princess Amoon, what's up? Hello. So after F takes on G3, H takes on G3, the knight is defending the G3 pawn. Do not blunder queen takes on G3, please. Please do not blunder that. So after H takes on G3, attacking the queen, what do we do next here in this position? Now, what do we do? Affirm, queen. Rebs, now you're correct. You're correct. Bishop e3, knight takes on f. We do this little move, queen h3. Just get a tiny bit closer. And we're threatening stuff too. And so after queen to h3, thank you for the follow. f4 in this position, attacking the knight on e5. What do we do? Do we go back? Do we do knight to d7? Do we do knight to g6, knight to f7? They're trying to control the position. If we let them control the position, then we could possibly be losing in this game. So what do we do as the black pieces right now? No, sorry, the knight to f3. All right, so y'all want to do knight to f3 check? That's actually not the move that was played here in this position. Knight to f3 check was not played here in this position. Knight to f3 check was not played here. Remember, I mean, shoot, like, that actually does seem like a good check, right? But he actually played something better. And this is the best move in the position. Sack the rook. Bishop f4. Not bishop f4. Socrates. Thank you for the follow. Socrates followed me? Sack the rook. What? Y'all want to do rook take? Wait a minute. Y'all want to do rook takes on f4? Should we remove the knight on d5? Ooh, that's a good idea. Okay, so now we're getting there to what we're trying to do here. Now we're getting there. Knight to f3. Not knight to f3, but I think you're kind of getting it. Somebody just got it. Undaskor, you are correct. Yeah. Bishop to e6. Let the party start. Bishop to e6. Brilliant. Because this pawn is still attacking the knight, and like there's a lot of things that can happen here, and like bro, if they take knight, the rook is opening up. There's moves like bishop takes on d5, bishop to e3. Like there's so many different types of attacks that can happen once the f file opens up, and so that's why White did this move, bishop to c2. They cowered out. They was like, I'm done with this. I'm cool. I don't need this in my life. Like, it's cool. It's fine. And so this is a double-edged position. White is trying to figure out every single grandmaster move at this present moment to defend, while Black is just cruising, enjoying the position with all the tactics. Blake, thank you for the follow. Luop R, thank you for the follow. KA, thank you for the follow. Y'all got some weird usernames, bro. I think I said that before. No, I'm dumb. You're not dumb. Just because you do not get a move right does not mean that you're dumb. Just because you're good at chess does not mean that you're smart. All right? Like let's stop that. JBJ, thank you for the follow. Eric, thank you for the follow. Worm173, thank you for the follow. What rating are you? I'm like 2300 on chess.com on all time controls. What game is this? What game is this? He just asked what game. This is checkers. I'm just playing. At F3. I don't have a FIDE rating. A fork knight C7. Logan, thank you for the follow. Logan, okay. Everybody's following at this present moment. Bro's doing social service because I think he earns much from this. What are you talking about? Shalom, knight F3. So the move that was played here, very patient because I don't think anybody's going to get this back. I get this anyway. A rook to F7 was a very patient move. Defend the pawn and trying to double up the position, double up the rooks on the F file, create a battery. Very good, right? And so after rook to F7, White decided, okay, I've had enough. You're building the pressure on the king side. And we gotta run away. And so now it's like really important to spot the tactics in the position, all right? We gotta run away, and we need to chase after the runaway, and the king is right here on the F2 square. Now, how can we open up the position in this area, all right? In this area, there should be something going on, something happening here, since they want to run away with the king. What do we do? What do we do? sack the rook. E3, bishop takes on F3. Bishop takes on F3. How can a bishop y'all just saying moves. I swear, if I had the power right now to ban everybody that says an illegal move, I would. I would. Scooby, you're correct. So when the king went to F2, that opened up a new square that our queen can go to. And usually with the game of chess, we always need to think about what squares our opponent isn't controlling with their last move. And so after queen to H2, checking the king on F2, which white planned for it, right? They planned for this. And then they did their move, king to E3. They're going up the board just a smidgen more in this position. After king to E3, what do we do next here in this position? What do we do next? Sack the king. I got a galaxy? Wait a minute, by who? Who did I get a galaxy by? Yo, dude, you got who? Somebody dropped a galaxy and I don't know by who. Thank you for the galaxy, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, we got a chess lesson for today. We dropping galaxies now? Hey, there we go. This is not Fortnite. What? Did somebody really just say that this was Fortnite? Anyway, it was. Hey, shout out to Chris then. If Chris gave a galaxy, King G6, Queen H2. So after Queen H2, King to E3. What is the next move that should be played here in this present moment? What do you think? We're here in this position. We're the black pieces. We're trying to figure out the best moves for black. D4, Queen G2, took on F8, Bishop F4, Knight takes on C4. None of those moves is correct. We need to take away the main definitive that they have that's in the center of the board. We need to take that away. Double the rooks, not presently, not right now. G2, Rook F2, King F1, Rook to A4. Okay, all those moves, Rook to A4. Who just said Rook to A4? Bro, I'm about to ban whoever said Rook to A4. You know dang well you can't do Rook to A4, man. All right, anyway, who just said it? Bro, why is your name Six Head? Like, bro, what is wrong with y'all, bro? Anyway, you got it correct. Bishop takes on D5 was the move that was played here. Bishop takes on D5. Because after C takes on D5, what happens here next? What happens here next? Why did we do that? What squares was that knight controlling on the D5 square? Like, what squares was that knight controlling? And what squares can we penetrate? Rook F8. I sure. Oh, we got more people to ban, huh? Yeah, y'all trying to talk. Y'all don't play with me. Y'all trying to talk crap? We got more people to ban, huh? Yeah. This is you forgot, man. On my stream, this is a dictatorship, bro. What you think this is, bro? I'm showing up late and I'm still confused. We're trying to figure out the best moves for black. B4, yeah. So it did relinquish the B4 square. That is right, B Queen. So how can we take advantage of this? Krish, you are correct. Knight to B4 was the move that was played here. So after knight to B4, we have this horrible move, Rook to H1 that was played. They finally did something really bad that kind of blunders the position. But it's up to you to figure out the best move. Like, what do we do now as the black pieces? Everything is good for us. We have the knight developed, we got this knight, we got the rook on F7, we got the bishop on H6, we got the queen on H2, and their lonely king is on the E3 square. So what do we do now in this present position? Like, what can we do? What do y'all think? Bishop takes on F4? That's a move. I'm glad we're thinking about sacrifices. That is awesome, but there's something better. There's something better. Knight to B4. Yeah, Wyatt. There we go, Wyatt. Come on. Okay, he got it. Hey, shout out to my boy Wyatt in the chat. Rook takes pawn on F4. Not a check, but just a straight up capture. Just a straight up capture. And you might be wondering, what happens after Rook takes queen, which was played in the game? Well, sometimes a discovered check or a discovered attack can be way better then the queen. Sometimes, and this is the time, we got the king safety that is horrible on the white side, and we got a discovered attack. And if we wanted to, we could just get the queen back. If you want it back, rook f1, rook takes on d1, but no. What's more important than the queen? Checkmate. And Jepley, you're correct. So we got this next move here. Rook to f3, and just remember, this is a double check. A double check in chess is when the king is attacked twice. The bishop on h6 is attacking the king. The rook on f3 is attacking the king. And so usually with a double check, the king has to move. King to d4, and then what else happens? What is the move that was played in this position? Blaze, you got it right. Chess Rocks, you got it right. This game is about to end pretty soon. Duck 101, thank you for following. Is that Rodrigo? Yep. Thank you for the follow. Rook d3, c5, knight c6, c5. c5 looks really interesting. That is another check that can happen. But we actually played something else as the black pieces. A king on d4 doesn't happen usually. It's something that doesn't happen at all, actually. But we got time. We got time. We don't have to do checks instantly. We can prepare the attack that we want to do. How can we prepare another discovered attack? Rebs, you're correct. And so, Rebs is correct in the chat. Congrats. We're trying to figure out the best moves for the black pieces, just to let everybody know. Bishop to g7 was the move that was played here. Threatening a discovered attack with the knight and bishop. And so after this last move, a4, we need to figure out exactly what's going on here. Because white is just testing you out. They know they should just resign here, but we still need to get the checkmate in the position. And this is completely losing. And there's actually a mate in 8 moves, which is pretty crazy. How can we start this mate in 8 moves? How can we start this? c5 was not mate because of en passant. Oh yeah, I forgot. En passant is a move that you can do in the game of chess if you need the requirements. If you need to know the requirements of doing en passant, that is on my channel, wherever channel that you want to watch this on. Let me see. Okay. Knight to c6. Knight to c6 does make a lot of sense. Okay. King enjoying his last moments. That is true. The king is just brazy about it. He's confident. A little bit too confident. But for all the people who were saying c5 last move, guess what? Guess what? What? Hammer? Bro, I'm literally looking at... If you're not saying the right move, then I'm not going to shout you out. You're only going to shout off by saying the right move. Anyway, Maddie, you're correct. Who else is correct? Maddie and Rebs? Yeah. c5 was the move that was played here. c5 was the move that was played here. After c5, we have en passant. D takes on c6. If you want to know the requirements of en passant, look up the video on my channel. It should be the first one that pops up. D takes on c6, and then what happens? Since the king is in the center, we can do a lot of moves that doesn't have to be check. The king can't even go back to the third rank because of our rook on f3. Knight to c6, knight b to c6. Y'all trying to move the knight. Knight e to c6, knight e to c6. Y'all just trying to check the king. I get it. I get it. But let's be just a tad bit more patient. v3, you're correct. So instead of checking the king with knight e to c6, we're going to do this move b takes on c6 and threaten the move c5 once again. And so after b takes on c6, bishop to d3, white is going to have to defend. And let me just tell y'all right now, this game ends in the next 4 moves. This game ends in the next 4 moves. Make sure that you follow. Make sure that you're liking the stream. We got 400 people on TikTok. We got, I don't know how many on the other sites, but let's get the likes up there to like 35K. We got a lot of people. Knight e takes on c6. What are we doing now here in this position? What are we doing? What is the best move in this position? c5. Okay, so y'all still trying to do c. Remember, c5 King can go to c3 now. King can go to c3. So we need to be very cautious of what we're doing. Jason, you're correct. B Queen, you're correct. Knight, N is for knight though, just to let everybody know. N is for knight, K is for king. And so when you're saying K takes on D3, I'm thinking, oh snap, king can take on D3? Oh, that is cool. You got a mega king? Who is that? Ryu? Like, is that Goku? Like, nah, bro. Knight takes on D3 was the move that was played here. So after knight takes on D3, king moves to C4, and then what else? What else happens here? Bro, all right. What's the next move? Rook takes on D3, knight takes on D3. Goku knight. Guido, Quentin, Jason, Andre, Lion. Yeah, you got it right. D5 is the next move. D5 attacking the king on C4. And so now this king, we're going to capture first. I'm going to give y'all this next move because why not? C takes on D5. And then we have this next move by them, king to B5. Once the king starts rolling up, we know that this is going to be checkmate pretty soon. How can we bring the king to the side of the board so that we can do checkmate? How can we do that? What's the next few moves? A6? A6? Nah, we got something more efficient than A6. We got something way more efficient. D2, Rook C8. Rook C8 probably still work. I don't know. We got to be a little bit questionable because right now Bishop can take on G7. So we can get checkmate with a whole bunch of checks right now. This is the time when you can check and get checkmate within 3 moves. Blaze, you're correct. Robin, you're correct. Rolling easy, you're correct. Rook to B8. And then after king to A5, only move, what happens now? And this last move made the opponent resign. This last move made the opponent resign. And they might as well should have just got checkmated. Yes, they resigned at the last moment. They should have resigned a little bit before when this happened. Chess Rock, prehistoric. I need everybody to figure out this next move. I need everybody to spam the next move. All right? Rook F5. Rook F5. That's not even, the pawn is in the way. That's not even a check. The next move is a forcing mate in 2. And so that's why, is everybody getting it? Jason, we got Six Head, we got Chess Rock, we got Blaze, we got whatever, we got, who else do we got? Orez, yeah, Petros, knight to C6. After knight to C6, white resigned because after king to A6, where is checkmate? Where there's actually a few checkmates that could happen here. Whatever looks more beautiful. What's the few checkmates that we have here in this position? Okay. Yeah. So what's the few checkmates that we have here? Knight D to B. Yeah. So that's one. Knight D to B4. What's the other one? Yeah. Quentin. That's another one. Rook to B6. And then we wait a minute. Is there one more? Is there one more? Yeah, Sammy, you're correct. Knight to C5. There's 3 different type of checkmates from a queen sack. That is insane. All right, that's insane. That is really cool. Okay, cool. This game ended very tragically for the white pieces. A queen sack. The king came all the way from the G1 square to the queen side. And I just want to tell everybody, thank you to US Chess for getting me here to Orlando, Florida. This is like a Supernationals thing. They invited me over to stream at the center, and I'm getting to play a lot of people on chess and meeting a lot of you guys. So if you're at Supernationals in Orlando, Florida, hey, thank you. You might see me walking down in the halls and whatnot. There's like 6,000 kids here. It's crazy. Great content, bro. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. We still do, let me see. Do you think he had all this calculated or just, nah, he had all this calculated. He had all this calculated because at that time it was correspondence chess, and so during not correspondence chess at that time they can like adjourn games, so they definitely had all this calculated at this moment. They can like study the games afterwards. David, thank you for the follow. Sammy, thank you for the follow. Your watch is giving you moves. I know, right? My watch is giving me the best moves. Let me take it off. You found out. You found out my secret. Hey, this is Chess Optics. This is my new account. Hey, what's up? Chess is Truth. And for you to know, I am streaming horizontally on Twitch. My Twitch account name is H1Chess. And yeah, actually, at this moment, if you have any questions, just ask me right quick. If any of you have any questions about chess, like how to get up to a certain rating or what should I know about this subject, what do y'all got for me? H1 streaming at a normal time. I know, right? But I'm in Orlando, Florida, so these are the specific times that they gave me. I will be doing another lesson if you want to come back at 5 p.m. At 5 p.m. Eastern time. Cora, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. H1 Chess, can you review the Vienna game? I cannot review the Vienna game at this present moment because that's going to take a lot of work. And plus, I don't know the Vienna game by heart. Have you ever played General Zod? Yeah, we played a few rapid games. That dude's a beast. What's the best time to castle? The best time to castle is when the position is open. So usually with like E4 openings is usually when you should be castling as soon as possible because they get the craziest and the position opens up in the center. Like, for example, if your opponent plays like the Scotch opening, the Scotch Gambit or whatnot, then you should be getting your king castled as soon as possible. Bro, you're the best. Thank you, User69. What do you think is the best opening to play? It kind of depends on your elo, your rating, but for grandmasters, they're always trying to figure out like novelty type of moves to do in certain openings. But since we have engines now, old lines that used to be not so good and just told us, oh snap, no, these openings you can actually play, and so you could basically play anything except for starting out the game with G4 and other weird crap. What's the opening to play as a 700? Just play the London system like everybody else, or play honestly, and this is like general advice to everybody, play an opening that you love playing. All right, play an opening that you love playing, and then as you go higher up in rating, you're gonna realize, oh snap, chess is chess, and so I'm gonna play the opening that gives me the best wins, and you're gonna have to figure out your chess personality so that you can pick the best openings for yourself. And yeah, monthly income, that is crazy. I cannot tell you that because my mama taught me. You know what? I'm never gonna. We're good. We're gonna skip that. Have you been bodybuilding? You got bigger? Yeah, I've been working out still. I always work out. I need to slim down actually though. I want to get back to like a decent size. Danish Gambit is a fun opening. The Danish Gambit is a fun opening. You can actually play the Danish Gambit now. It's appropriate. You might have a little bit of a disadvantage because the computer loves material, and so with gambits, just be careful who played this game that we just analyzed. So this game was Rashid against, I forgot his name. Let me look it up again. Rashid against Lev. And Lev was the white pieces, Rashid was the black pieces. Bro, how old are you? I am 26 years old with a wife and kids. I know that might be just a tad bit surprising, but yes, I am 26 years old. People call me on Twitch Unk for some reason, all right? I don't think of myself as such, but if you want to call me Unk, so be it. That just means I'm a wise soul. What is your elo on FIDE? I don't have a FIDE rating. I only have a USCF. When did you start chess? I started playing chess when I was in 9th grade, and so that's exactly the time period when I started playing chess. Knights or bishops? Of course, it depends on the time control. Like with faster time control, I rather the knights. With longer time control, I definitely just rather the bishop, because with shorter time control, you get forked a lot, and so yeah, I would rather the knight because you could be a little bit more tricky. Can you do some of Levon Aronian games? That is not how you spell Aronian, Petros. You thought you was going to get away with that? That is not how you spell Levon Aronian. But yeah, we can eventually do some of Levon Aronian games. I just like doing these classic games because the grandmasters that we have now is they looked at these grandmaster games before, and so I feel like everybody should have it. This dude tried so hard to write out Aronia. He tried so hard. How do I learn chess? Give me a game plan. Give you a game plan. Well, I have a certain playlist for beginners that you can look at. It's on TikTok, YouTube, whatever platform that you want to look at my content at, even Instagram, and you can get that beginner lessons on how to play chess. I go over check. I go over how to move the rook, bishop, knight, king, how to do rook checkmate. I've been doing this for a couple years now, a few years now, and so it's kind of hard to believe that, but yeah. What do you think about e4 c6 knight to f3, e4 c6 knight to f3, g6 d4, c takes on, wait a minute, what, c takes on d, I'm confused. You got me befuddled. How is c takes on d4? What is that move order in the Hyper Accelerated Dragon? The Hyper Accelerated Dragon is a good opening. Like, of course, like the openings, when you become a grandmaster, then you have to switch up your openings a little bit because there are some openings that is inferior to others. But until you become like a title player where you're taking chess seriously and you're studying openings and studying chess for like 8 hours a day, it is what it is. All right. You could just, if you're a club player, then you can play like any opening. DJ, see, all right, bro, thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. Sounds like a Dutch, Nynke, sounds like a Dutch name. Are you, okay. I'm rated 1321 on chess.com. Is that good for my first month? That is very wonderful. People start at 200 on your first month. So it seems like you're taking chess in and watching a lot of content and just doing really well. Southern Chess Spirit, hey, H1. Hey, Southern Chess Spirit, how you doing? Is there any more questions of beginner chess strategy? Beginner chess strategy? It's kind of hard to teach a beginner how to play how to do strategic things. And so what beginners need to really focus on, and if you're still doing this, you need to pay attention very closely. Beginners really need to focus on stop blundering pieces. Once you stop blundering pieces, that's when chess becomes fun because you're going to lose in different ways than blundering pieces. But if you're still blundering a queen or a bishop or a knight every now and then, you can't really play real chess until you stop doing that. How long does it take to get to 2000? Well, the quickest time frame that I seen somebody get to 2000 was 2 years. And so I'm just going to say 2 years until I know somebody else that can do it faster. It used to take a lot longer back in the day when I started playing chess like a decade ago, but it is what it is. The idea was to avoid the Maroczy bond. Oh, okay. Well, e4, c5, knight to f3, g6. Well, they don't have to do d4 there. They could do. You can't really avoid the Maroczy bond in the Sicilian defense. If they want to do the Maroczy bond, they could just do an early c4. So you're always going to be able to play. You're always going to be able. You always need to be ready for the Maroczy bond if you're going to play the Sicilian. How do I improve? You're gonna have to give me a more direct question than how do I improve, because I can't see your games. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what your rating is. So if you're gonna say how do I improve, I need to know what you struggle with. I need to know your strengths, your weaknesses, etc. Do you rate Tyler 1? Isn't Tyler 1 1900? I think Tyler 1 is a pretty strong chess player. He's pretty cool. He's a good chess player. Pretty strong. Who's the toughest opponent you have gone against? Probably one of the chess sharks. Dang, that dude is crazy. Noah Chess 2. He's a national master that is like 3,000 in bullet. That's a strong opponent. This dude, Chess Shark Caden, I faced him recently over the board. This dude as strong as ever. It's crazy. And I faced off against Benjamin Bach. That dude's strong too. I faced off against a lot of strong chess players these last couple of years. I need to get a couple more wins, but I can't. It's so hard. Which chess piece would be best on a road trip? Which chess piece would be best on a road trip? Maybe a king, because you just be laid back and chill. Or maybe I'll just bring my queen along. I don't know. Did you read Noah's latest blog? Oh, he has a blog? I didn't know that. I need to read. Hey, send Crash Dummy Rich. Send that to me in the Discord. I gotta. Oh, just to let everybody know, I do have a Discord just to tell you when I'm going to be live streaming. And so if you want to join the Discord, that's in my profile. You can go to my profile on TikTok and you can get into the Discord, there's a lot of people in there. There's like isn't there like over 1,000 people? They're pretty active in there every single day. You have a PhD in chess. My rating is 1100 on chess.com. I can solve puzzles, but not combinations. Some advice. Okay, so there is a difference between solving puzzles on chess.com and like playing a chess game, because the puzzles only help you out in positions where you're already better. You already got the advantage. That's what the puzzle is supposed to help you out in. But the reason why it doesn't like coincide into your real games is because, first of all, you got to know your opening, you got to know strategic things, because one key thing that you don't know probably at the present moment until I say it, strategy leads to tactics. So with puzzles, you're learning tactics, but you're not learning how to get to the position of the puzzle. And so you need to learn strategy to get to the positions of the puzzle so that you can actually implement the puzzle, your puzzle rating that you perform at. So I know a lot of players that's like at, I don't know, puzzle rating on chess.com is like 3,000, right? But they're still low rated because they haven't figured out the strategic way on how to get to those puzzle positions. And so, yeah, just make sure that now that you know that, learn strategy, learn pawn structures, learn how to mobilize your pieces better. If you don't know that like 2 bishops is better than the combination of a bishop and knight, then you probably don't know a lot of other things about chess, okay? Now, I play better people in my town, so I'm not good. What do you talk? What's with all this detrimental crap? Like, just be confident about how you play. How do you have such a wholesome, wonderful personality? Hey, Dead Burnt Blaster. Thank you, I appreciate it, man. That's the type of audience that I want, that I need. Transcendo, you're humble. Thank you, appreciate it. I mean, like, I'm not doing any pranks or anything. Like, I want a wholesome community just like this, and I'm glad that y'all sitting here just asking me questions and trying to get better at chess too. This is wonderful. The first time you have to just know your theory, and I advise that you, okay. Somebody else trying to teach up in here. Tomorrow I have my first Blitz tournament with my club. Any advice to prepare? So Blitz is mainly about opening preparation and tactical prowess. That's what Fabiano Caruana said, so it has to be true. Study tactics. If it's like, if you got one day until the tournament, you might as well just study tactics and that's it. Just do Puzzle Rush or whatever platform. Just study tactics, get a book out, just study like low difficulty tactics so you're not blundering a knight or a fork or a pin and whatnot, okay? Any tips for a 1100 rated chess player? 1100 is a little bit weird, but every chess player between the rating of 1,000 to 1,500 definitely do need to learn strategy in chess. And so that's one main thing that you need to know. James, thank you for the follow. Dexter, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Carol or the Sicilian. The Carol Khan has been refuted by the Alien Gambit. What do you mean? We don't do the Carol Khan here. I'm purely joking. If you're a Carol Khan player and you do pretty well with it, you know, keep on playing it. But the Carol Khan, like, bro, if somebody could do the Alien Gambit and Marshall Gambit against you, it's such a I used to play the Carol Khan all the time, and then I just got a passive opening set out every single time, and it's just really hard. It's just really hard to play. Great stream, H1, much later. Thanks. See you later, Crash Dummy Rich. Sabani, see you later. Some book or videos or any resources to get into strategy. Bruce Penelfini has some good books on strategy, and like if you learn how to play like isolated D-pawn structures and whatnot, Bruce Penelfini actually has some good books on that. But any book on strategy should help you out with that. Just look on Amazon. How to play the Sicilian, that is way too general. How many chewing gums can you buy with your monthly income? Bro, this dude really wants to know my monthly income. My friend is 2,100. I guess my friend is 2,100 says that Carol Khan is bad. What opening is worth investing in? As black, Carol Khan isn't bad per se. You just need to learn a lot of theory to actually make it work for yourself. Because Gotham Chess plays the Carol Khan, and he's an international master. I guess that's not. He's an international master, and he plays the Carol Khan, right? So, yeah, it has to be somewhat good. I'm surprised you kind of against the Carol Gotham heavily suggest. Just because Gotham suggested it shouldn't mean that I should be for it. I mean, shoot. The character, I just know for myself, and everybody has a different personality in chess. You just got to learn yours. But for myself, I always got a super passive position, and the opponent's always figuring out different ways on how to attack it. And then you have to learn the fantasy variation, and then you have to learn the classical variation. Then castling queen side. Now you got to learn the alien gambit, and it's like, bro, what else do I have to learn to play the Caricon the way that I want to learn? 4930. What is, you just saying random numbers? I am from India. Hey, shout out to India in the chat. I hit 1500 and dropped to 600. What? How? Did you just like take a long break from chess and then come back? Because if you did that, I got a few tips what you could do to like get back your rating. Okay. Number one, I'm pretty sure the information is still in your head. But just do tactics constantly till you get back to 1500. That's kind of what I do if I'm taking like a month break. Alien Gambit opinion. Alien Gambit, it's a good surprise weapon, especially if the opponent doesn't know how to defend against it. I would actually consider playing it in like a real chess game if my opponent is lower rated and haven't looked at it. But it seems like everybody's probably looked at it by now. So it's probably not the best idea. 1500 to 600 that doesn't make any sense at all to me. But if it did happen, you just need to study some tactics or something. How do I get over being afraid if losing rating? That's a hard one because honestly, my suggestion is just to play chess and not depend on a rating. But I know for certain people, even myself, I'm like, the rating looks kind of beautiful when it's a certain number and you're like super confident in yourself. But really, you need to focus on each game. You got to focus on each game at a time instead of the rating. Because if you just focus on the rating and you're not calculating, you're not thinking actively throughout the game, then yeah, that's bad. And if you're really afraid, if you're having anxiety about your rating going lower, just play a different time control. Or just play 960 chess. Just do something else that's chess considered. That's about chess. Just do something else. That doesn't ruin that rapid rating or whatever. Or play blitz chess. That's always got me out of the frame of mind that I need to keep a certain rating. Alien Gambit is good in bullet and blitz. Yeah, really good at lower time control. I tried to start playing it far ahead instead of I was playing safe. Yeah, that's the thing too. If you're playing it far ahead, you can't play safe. You cannot miss out on your opportunities because if you do that, then it's just not. It's not a good way how to play chess, honestly. What is your rating? It's like 2300 on chess.com. On all time controls. Let me just point that out. On rapid, blitz, and bullet. I'm better at rapid. I would say I'm better at slower time controls, but I'm not really good at flagging people. Especially online. I'm not the best. Think like this, you lost 100 rating points, or were you better before and you are the worst now? Chess Newbie 123, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. Make sure that you're following out. I will be streaming, like doing a lesson at 5 p.m. today. So I'm just answering questions by everybody right now that y'all need. Is that all the questions? Or just play unrated. That is true. You could just play unrated. But you do have to get into the mode of, playing rated games again. You can't stop. That's an important thing. You can't just stop chess completely once you get to a specific rating because then you're going to be more upset if your rating dips down the longer that you take time to like savor the rating that you're at. You're going to be more upset. What opening do you suggest as black than the counter e4? You can play grown-up openings. You can always resort to like e4, e5. Like e5 it will always be a good move. Or you can play the Sicilian. Either one of those would be fine. I don't have a FIDE rating. How long did it take you to reach 2,000? Don't ask me that. Like I went through, people are taking like 2 years to reach that. I started playing chess when I was 17 years ago. Not as much information that is freely given as it is now. So I would say I reached 2,000 like 5 years ago, like 7 years. I think like 5 years ago. But I wasn't like training chess consistently. So maybe if I was training chess consistently, I would have reached it a little bit sooner. But yeah, it took me a minute. And then plus I didn't have a coach either. Please answer my question, dude. What was your question? Ryan, I get under time pressure for everything under 15-10. What's your approach for playing moves quickly, knowing that you probably aren't going to find the best moves? Let me answer this first, and then I'll get to... Actually, Chess Spirit, put your question in there again. So if you are playing 15-10, if you play anything else, you gotta... So usually if you don't have an increment, it's mostly about intuition at that point. But I always keep the mind frame of like... Your move should coincide with your opponent's move. So you should be either up ahead of time or near your opponent's time. Not even 30 seconds off, especially in Rapid. Because Rapid is just a faster blitz time control. Like you can lose on time in Rapid without an increment. It can happen very easily. So yeah, it is really important to keep the pace of your opponent. Can you tell me an aggressive black opening instead of the Sicilian? Sometimes the French defense could. Actually, a King's Indian defense structure could be aggressive too. The Blumenfeld Gambit is pretty decent. We have played each other a lot, and I'm now 17-22 in Rapid. What should I do to practice for my over-the-board tournament next Saturday? You can study a few things that is new, and then plus, you should definitely study calculation if you have an over-the-board tournament. Like, over-the-board is very different from online chess. So calculation in classical chess over the board is always going to be superior to everything else. So yeah, definitely get a good book and do some really hard puzzles and calculate. I would even get a sheet of paper and write out the calculation if you want to go more extreme with it. That's the most extreme you can get with it, with calculation, without you doing the moves over the board. Like just memorizing the moves and writing them out. Do you think it's rude to reject the draw in real life games? No. If they take it as rude, so be it. Who cares if you're like, bro, I've had to do this. I went to a tournament last year. It was like a drawn rook pawn in game. He offered a draw. I said no, and he lost. Like, bro, it's like I don't believe you can do this, and so I'm gonna continue on with the game. I don't believe you can draw this position. I'm going to continue on until you mess up. You better get either, that's why I follow the method of, you better get either 3-4 repetition or insufficient materials. You better prove to me that you can draw the position. Chess is a ruthless game. You got to act like every chess game is like your opponent stole something from you, right? You got to be as angry as that. You're trying to get a win here. Bro. He said, David Ryder, what's up, bro? Did you not hear? He said Kings. Yeah, you can play the King's Indian. You can play the King's Indian defense. That's a pretty aggressive. It's only so the King's Indian defense is aggressive because you can play a flexible opening with the King's Indian defense. How are you 2300 but don't have a FIDE yet? That is true, Rebs fan. I do not have a FIDE because I decided to marry my beautiful wife 7 years ago, and I had a beautiful child. Thank you for the follow. I had a beautiful child 5 years ago. So I have 2 daughters and a wife, and so that stalls out everything. So if you want if you want to just focus on chess and get to a title rating, I would say avoid relationships and having kids. But if you treasure having a family more than playing a chess game, then I would say have a family. Yeah, you gotta have to treat yourself like a Bobby Fischer. You know, have y'all seen that movie Pawn Sacrifice, where a Bobby Fischer, he just practiced in his room all day, every day, and like he even moved out of his mom's house because his mom was distracting him. It's like, bro, you gotta be that serious. You gotta isolate yourself and focus. H1, do you do one-on-one lessons online? Yes, I do one-on-one lessons online. For a trial lesson, I do offer like $20, and I make it that cheap too as the trial lesson because sometimes when I do a lesson, I just want to see if we're going to mesh really good, and for some people we don't, and for some people we mesh really good, and then they want to continue on. But I do charge $20 for a trial lesson. Kiwi Whiskey, thank you for the follow. Meadow, thank you for the follow. Do you coach adults? Yep, I coach adults. I have actually 2 students here at the Supernationals. And so that's actually been really cool. And yeah, I actually coach more adults than kids, surprisingly enough. How much for the lessons past that? Well, I usually charge like $200 for a month for 4 lessons throughout the month. That's my bundle. And then if you want to do 30-minute lessons, I usually charge like $100 for 4 lessons. That's my price range. Not that deep. What's up, Speed Chess 14? Hey, thank you for the raid, man. Whoa, what is going on here? Kiwi Whiskey, bro, what the heck? We're just answering chess questions here. I was about to go too. VJid, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I do chess content. I'm at this is part of Supernationals. I am at Orlando, Florida at the present moment. So shout out to US Chess for hosting me here. And yeah, thanks for the raid, man. I appreciate it. I was just answering a whole bunch of chess questions. I normally stream Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock Central Time, but I am in Florida right now. This is like a special event where I'm doing lessons. Have you seen Danya? I think I've seen him walking around, but I haven't got an opportunity to talk to him yet, Bishop Stars. Not yet, but I did talk to Caden. I have a picture of me and Caden in the Discord. So, hey. I have a picture of me and Kate in the Discord. H1 Chess famous streamer. He has 200K followers on TikTok. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. To which level it makes sense to get lessons by you? I would say any level. It kind of just depends on your money situation, right? Because any level you can get you need a chess coach. But if you want to learn it by yourself, it's just going to be more difficult. But the information's out there for free. Like I did it, so you could do it too. But if it kind of depends on how fast you want to learn. Like if you want to learn within like 2 years or 1 year, then yeah, you need a chess coach. If you're, if you want to take longer, then that's fine too. What is the best chess player you've met in real life? I think Danya Naroditsky at this present moment. I think like me seeing him, and then Kaden, he's a grandmaster too. H1, I would do your lessons, but my family doesn't have enough money for your lessons, so I won't be able to. Well, it's fine. That's fine. That's why I have a whole bunch of content completely for free, and I do these chess lessons completely for free, so that you can still learn for the people that do not have the funds. That is okay, that's fine. I know that you have other responsibilities. I know that life is hard, and I know that people got bills to pay. You know how I know that? Because I have my own kids and my own family, and my kid has an allergy of soy and sesame seeds. So every time I go to the grocery store, it's a lot. it's a lot. Everybody watched Queen's Gambit and swore they were gifted. Yeah, that is true too. There was a boom in chess when the Queen's Gambit came out. I mean, like when I'm a GM, I probably can't learn much from you. No. Well, it kind of depends because like even Magnus Carlsen, when he was doing the World Chess Championship cycle, like even the top 10 chess players in the world, they have seconds. And even though the second that they have isn't as powerful as them, it's good to get a second opinion on like openings and like calculation in certain positions. And so even those top players have like 1 to 2 coaches that helps them or guys. It's good to group think with people sometimes. It's actually really good to group think. And that's why I would suggest even going to a chess club and being able to like analyze specific games with other people. Because I had the most fun when I group think with people than when I did all the things by myself. Because you're going to learn something. The people that's with you is going to learn something, etc. 2000 is not that good, to be honest. Oh my goodness, Arctic. That's a wild statement, but whatever. It's like, okay, bro, do you? I want to get to 2000. Can you help me? Jamie, yeah, if you want to do the lessons, that's fine. Just contact me on chess.com. I don't like chess.com. I'm always going to see the message. If it's on some other platform, I might miss it, but yeah. But now we need to raid somebody because I was about to get going. I want to get to 1500. Hey, you can get there. That's pretty simple. That's easy. You can get there. See you later, TikTok. We had fun. Peace out. I'll see you back here at 5 p.m. Eastern time. All right. Okay. I'm 51 and just learned chess a couple weeks ago and loving. I'm a teacher and plan on working chess into the board game club. I run along with the chess room environment. I reached out to my Facebook social media page and have had about 7 sets bought, donated so far. Cool stuff. I've seen some students come out of the woodworks with some serious skills. Hey, that's really cool. I need to sit down. Actually, we're chilling now with the Twitch crew. We're chilling now with the Twitch crew. That's really cool. Oh my goodness. That's really cool. Wait, I just realized I'm 65,000 on chess.com worldwide. I didn't think I was that good. Twitch is better. All right. Don't have a war, guys. All right. We don't need to know who's better or who's worse. I am playing d4 with white and playing King's Indian as black, although I haven't looked at the theory behind the opening. All right. Yeah, that's really cool, teacher, man. That was a cool story. Okay, let's raid somebody else now. Dang, such a huge raid by Kiwi Whiskey. See you later, YouTube.